Hi there, students. Apophenia. Apophenia. Okay, this is a noun. This is related to psychology. This is the tendency in human beings, or in other creatures as well, to see meaningful patterns, a meaningful relationship between things where no meaningful relationship actually exists. So it's a tendency to see connections and patterns that are not really there. And I think to describe this, I'd like to describe an experiment called Skinner's box, where he took a pigeon and he put it in a box, and he randomly, at random time intervals, gave the pigeon a piece of food. And when the food comes in the first time, the animal is randomly doing some action. And the animal thinks, well, maybe there's a connection between what I was doing and the food coming. So the animal starts repeating the action just in case. And the more times the animal repeats the action, the more likely it is that this random food will suddenly appear. And the pigeon then makes a link between the food coming and it doing this action. So the pigeon then does this action the whole time and food comes. But in fact there is no real link between the two. And this is the idea. Or, for example, conspiracy theories. People get conspiracy theories. This is apophenia again. It's finding meaningful patterns in things that are random or unrelated. Okay, so it's finding patterns where there are no patterns. It looks like it and it feels like it. But in reality, there is no pattern. An example of this is Pareidolia. I did make a video on this one. The tendency of humans to see faces in inanimate objects, a stain on the wall. It suddenly looks like St. Christopher. Yeah, okay, so, or the man in the moon. People see the face of the man in the moon. And, or a figure in on a piece of toast. And your mind wants to make connections between things. And your mind says, oh, that's a face. And there you are. Or perhaps the gambler's fallacy. Well, it's come up red. The roulette has come up red 4 times in a row. So the probability that black comes up is going to be much higher. No, it's not. It doesn't make any difference. Yeah, it could keep on going red for a week. Okay, or you have your lucky numbers in a lottery. Yeah, or perhaps in finance, people in investment, people are always looking for patterns, and these patterns so that they can then predict the future. Okay, so it's finding patterns, meaningful patterns where no patterns exist. Okay, and there are all sorts of things that we do to create patterns. Or maybe we have a tendency, patternicity in humans, to find meaningful patterns in random noises. Ooh, that sounded like a seagull. Or, okay, we're finding patterns where no patterns exist. And this is the idea of apophenia. Now, maybe you know the word an epiphany. Ah, you discover something that's wonderful. Well, you can actually have an apophany as well. This is where you have an epiphany. And you link two totally unrelated things. Yeah, so it's like an epiphany, but there is actually no connection between the things that you're thinking about. Okay, so this is the idea of this apophenia, is finding connections within things where in fact no connection exists, and this human tendency to look for connections where in fact there are no connections. Okay, formality. This is quite a formal word. It's a rather technical word. 7 informality, using this semi-formal or formal writing. This was first, and then the origin, it was first used by a German psychiatrist, Klaus Conrad, in 1958. It comes from the idea of ancient Greek, apo, and phino, to appear, to suddenly appear in front of you. So, yeah, the idea appears in your mind, and this is Apophenia. So, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating. Maybe there's some apophenia here. Maybe this is a face, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Apophenia.